What's up, friends? I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. I get asked a lot about the Taylor Swift merch I own, so as we wait for merch from the life of a showgirl to drop, that I will and already have started to add to my collection, I'm going to share with you 10 of my favorite pieces of Taylor Swift merch that I own. By the way, these aren't in any particular order. I chose these based purely on my own sentimental value, rather than their actual monetary worth. So if you've got Taylor merch that you've got an attachment to, or for any artist that matter, let me know in the comments. The first item I have for you is the All Too Well book. Yes, this is official, and it dropped during the Red Taylor's version promo cycle and the holiday sale in 2021. It's an actual notebook based on the novel that you see in the All Too Well short film. It's hardcover and lined, which is my favorite type of notebook. There's nothing on the back, by the way. I'm always surprised at how many people don't know this actually existed, so that's why I think it's super unique. Being a Swiftie in 2021, or like the early years of the pandemic and lockdown, was truly a wild ride. So every time I look at this, it reminds me of that little micro era. Also, I love stationery, so if Taylor drops a journal or a notebook, especially if it's hardcover, I'm buying it. Another Taylor merch item I acquired during that time is the red ring, which you can see in a lot of the promo art for Red Taylor's version. She's even wearing it in the album artwork. While it is obviously not real diamonds as much as I wish it was, I genuinely like it and do wear it quite frequently. It came in the small red box that's super cute. Red is also my favorite color, so that's just another reason I love it. I love when Taylor does this type of like replica pieces as merch items, and I wish Taylor would do a little bit more of it in her merch drops, because it really makes you feel like you're part of the Taylor cinematic universe. It's comfortable and I just really like it. Which, by the way, have you liked this video yet? Maybe subscribed? If you could do that, I would really appreciate it. We are inching very slowly to 50,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you in this community when we finally reach that goal. So please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you. The third item I have for you is the Fortnite CD single from the Tortured Poets department era. Taylor doesn't do CD singles or 7-inch vinyls very often anymore, so being able to snag one of these during the insanity that was the TTPD rollout was super special to me. For a very sad album, I actually have great memories of the Tortured Poets department. I got to do a live listening party with all of you. My content was doing really well. The Eras tour was happening. It was wild but fun. And the CD single specifically reminds me of Release Night and her special 2 a.m. surprise double album. Good times. Would you believe me if I told you that the very first vinyl I ever purchased was Fearless Taylor's version? Well, it's true. This vinyl and the Fearless TV cover hoodie were pretty much the only merch items I had of Taylor Swift for a very long time, other than a 1989 CD. I've been a fan of her since debut, and because of the times, I normally bought her albums like on iTunes. I had a debut CD, but then I lost it while moving, and because I was basically too poor to afford a Reputation CD or even a Lover CD, it was basically me, Fearless, in 1989 out here on our own. You can call me a fake fan if you want to, but not everyone has money. So as I've grown to be in a much better, stable place in my life, it has been fun to go back and acquire some merch items from some of my favorite eras. Being able to enter this phase of my life where I can even have a Taylor Swift merch haul is a huge privilege that is not lost on me. Not that I'm swimming in cash now by any means. What I'm trying to say is every time I look at this vinyl, it just reminds me of how grateful I am to be in the position of my life now that I am versus where I was. And even though it took me longer than maybe most, it's really all thanks to you for supporting my content. And thanks to DistroKid, a longtime supporter of this channel, who helps to feed my Taylor Swift addiction. DistroKid is one of the best music distributors online, helping artists like you and me get our music up on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and more. For one small yearly price, you can distribute as much as you can create without breaking the bank. DistroKid's got 3 membership plans for you to choose from, and depending on which one you decide is right for you, you'll also gain access to a wide library of additional features helping you to grow, promote, and manage your music career. One of these super handy features is called credits. As you probably know, creating music is oftentimes a team effort, and making sure everyone gets identified for their contributions to a track is important. With credits, you'll be able to add all sorts of personnel information to your songs, ranging from musicians to producers to engineers and even the studio where you recorded your music, so your fans can connect even deeper to your songs. If you worked with a group of people on multiple songs, you can quickly import that info into other tracks. So use my special VIP link to save yourself 7% on your first year's membership with DistroKid. Link is in the description. The next item I've got for you is my VIP Seattle Eras Tour poster. Seattle was where I got to see Taylor Swift live for the first time after being a fan for like 17 17, 18, 19 years. It was also my first time being able to barely afford VIP floor tickets, so I framed it and hung it up on my wall in my room. That show was so much fun, and it's the show I usually think of the most when I think of the Eras Tour. I bought that ticket while my dad was passing away, and then we actually laid him to rest about 2 weeks prior to my show, right that same weekend when Speak Now Taylor's version dropped. So the Seattle show was a very healing and happy experience for me. Which brings me to the sixth item I have for you today, my Long Live hoodie. This came out during the promo cycle for Speak Now Taylor's version. My dad's death and subsequent celebration of life was a very complicated and also healing event. I listened to Long Live a lot that weekend because in a way it summed up my feelings. Because in a way, that song summed up my feelings that weekend and how I was feeling at the time, so this hoodie is pretty special. Also, in a cosmic twist of events, both of my shows, Seattle Night 1 and the finale, Vancouver Night 3, saw Taylor actually performing Long Live. So needless to say, as time has gone on, that song and this hoodie have become very special to me. Another Eras Tour item, actually it's two, are the famous blue crew necks of the Eras Tour. Both the US version and the international version, which I have actually never worn. I mean, you can tell, look at the color difference. One has been washed, one has not. The international one especially was so hard to acquire, so being able to have both of them is my own little memento to myself, and kind of a tiny flex as well. The next merch item set I have for you is the popcorn bucket and the water bottle from the Eras Tour film. I was not able to get these while the film was in theaters, but an amazing, fantastic, beautiful, wonderful, amazing follower of mine on TikTok sent me these from Germany as a thank you for my Eras Tour recaps, which is still a huge, amazing honor. So personally, I think that makes these infinitely more special than the ones I could have acquired by myself. It's also one of those moments where I realized just how many lives my recaps were hitting. And so when I look at these, I just remember summer 2024 and how fun it was and how amazingly special that really was. So if you're watching, thank you again for these. And inside this popcorn bucket is where I hold all of my friendship bracelets that I have received. I know for some of you, this is going to be a bit of a cop-out because friendship bracelets are not technically Taylor Swift merch, but honestly, these are extra special to me because these are a symbol of the spirit of the Eras Tour. Togetherness, friendship, having fun. Some of these are even specific to me, like the ones that say Good to Know, which was a song I dropped during the tour, or the Tay It Forward one from the Tay It Forward creators. This is not just a pile of bracelets to me. Every single one of these is special because every single one of them has a memory attached to them of the person that made it and how that bracelet reached me. Some were given to me at shows, some of them were given to me on the streets, meetups, sent via my PO box, which by the way, I am always accepting friendship bracelets. I don't care if the Eras Tour is over. So if you ever feel generous enough, please feel free to send me them because truly for me, these are something magical. The last merch item I have for you today, or merch item set, is my signed CD of the Tortured Poets Department and the signed vinyl. 18, 19, some odd years of being a Swiftie and never getting anything signed from her was so frustrating, but all of that finally changed when I was in the right place at the right time. And I managed, by some miracle, to acquire both of them. Like I said, the Tortured Poets Department is a very sad album, but I really only have happy memories attached to it. The vinyl even has that heart, kind of, sort of. I've been told that this counts, and so if you think that this doesn't count as a heart, don't tell me because I want to pretend that it does. Managing to somehow secure the vinyl and the CDs signed was truly a dream come true. I cannot stress to you how special these are to me because they are so indicative of where I was in life versus where I am now, and it just... Between these and the Eras Tour bracelets and the Tortured Poets Department and the Eras Tour, I just feel so wonderful and grateful and happy and appreciative, and I just can't thank you all enough because all of this is possible because of you. Do you have any signed Taylor Swift merch items? What's your favorite merch item that you own of any artist? Doesn't have to be Taylor. Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Our goal is 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.